Hey y'all, what's going on? It's Ivana with Rise Queen. I'm just now getting started. I am about to get a few things together as I wait for people to join us and to come on to the live stream. Oh, let me make sure I let you guys know let me see, how do I pin what we're talking about today? 5 ways to level up your mindset and vision in 2020. And hold up, wait a minute, I can't spell. Mindset and vision, yes. In 2020. So even though we're going to be talking about things for the new year, just so you know, this can certainly apply to future years. You know, this information I'm sharing is not something that is just for 2020. Think about it as the whole entire decade, right? Like, as we're going into a new decade, like, OMG, how can we level up? You know, how can we increase our mindset and increase, our vibrations, right? Like the vibrations we put out into the world on a consistent basis. So waiting for a few more people to join us. Okay, so we can just go ahead and get started because I am just like on fire. I'm so excited for the new year. I'm so excited for what's to come in 2020, in the new year and in the new decade. And so I have my notes over here just to keep me on track because I'm just so fired up that I'll start talking left, talking right, and then we don't have all day. I want to be respectful of people's time and energy in this space. So I just wanted to talk today about 5 ways to level up your mindset and vision in 2020. Again, like we, get so excited. Like New Year's is my favorite holiday, and I know how it's easy to get so excited about like what's coming and all the changes, the goals you have, the things you want to make happen in the new year. But oftentimes we don't think about the layers and the levels that we need to shift in order for those things that we want to come into fruition. And so when people set goals and New Year's resolutions and things like that, my motto is that, it's not just about setting the goal, but it's also about setting the result. And so today we'll deep dive a little bit more into that. But I just wanted to preface that I also wanted to share that I'm coming from a place of spirituality, a place of metaphysics, and a place of science, right? So whenever I teach any classes and things like that, I just wanted you to keep that in mind as well, because you have to look at the whole person. You have to look at the different layers of who we are as divine beings when it comes to manifestation and when it comes to us really going after and living the abundant life that I believe God created us to live. So just to get right in, the first step when it comes to leveling up in the new year, in the new decade, is to get clear on what you really want. I mean, I can't say this enough. Like, you have to be clear first. You have to know what it is that you want. And the rest follows. But I talk to women sometimes, and even friends and family members, who sometimes they say they want, $1 million, right? They say they want financial abundance. They say they want, peace and joy and fulfilling relationships, but they don't know what it looks like. It's just unclear. They just think they should want these things. And I'm just here to tell you that you have to really get crystal clear on what it is that you want in order for you to make it happen. First you have to understand and get clear within yourself and say, what is it that I really want? Not just what's available because we think we're supposed to go to this job or get this degree or get the education. You have to get clear on what it is that you want outside of external influences, outside of what your family member said you should want, your friends and things like that. You have to go deeper within yourself and really think about what it is that you want, So there's definitely different drivers that drives us. Some people, really want love. Some people want freedom. Some people want fulfillment or significance. And Tony Robbins talks a lot about this, the human needs. And so that's basically our main motivator of why we do what we do. But sometimes those things, I think, gets clouded by other people's opinions and the way that we were told we should go in achieving what we want in this lifetime. So when you get clear on what you want, you can start to get into alignment. Now, alignment is so important because, again, that is basically the formula when it comes to manifestation, when it comes to achieving and reaching a level of success that you want. Alignment is so important because it's basically you in divine order and divine timing with God, right? So there may be things that we want and we want it right now. Like, I know I was the biggest person that would be impatient when it came to manifesting, when it came to just getting what I want in life, right? Like, I think we have this path where we're supposed to go to school and we get a job and get married, have kids, whatever, this timeline of events. But sometimes life doesn't happen like that. Sometimes we get told no, we get turned down. Sometimes we have major setbacks that really push us to a place where we feel like we're not supposed to be, quote unquote. We feel like, because I'm at this stage of my life, I should be further along by now. I should be, successful in terms of money, right? Like all of those things. I should own this and have that. And it's like, whose timeline is that, right? Like who said that that's what you needed to have? Who said that those are the boxes you had to check? And so when you can get clear, you start to tap into those influences, because again, for me, it was a lot that my parents had told me I needed to do to be successful. There was a formula that essentially, just older people, other generations, mentors, advertisement, right? The government, there's a lot of influence that we get when it comes to the path we're supposed to take in life. But you got to get to a place where you can get clear and connect with yourself on a deeper level to say, well, what is it that I really want? Not what other people say you should want. So, and just to wrap that point up, the first point is that, the second main part of getting clear is knowing your why, right? Like, I can go on and on and on about this because this is my favorite subject, because this was my aha moment, right? Because again, I wanted to have all these things: financial success, college degree. I was going to get my master's degree last year, or actually this year I had planned on getting my master's degree by now, or at least starting the program and everything. But when I really sat down and thought about why, it was other people. It was other people's trajectory of what my life should have been. It was me buying into this system that says, in order for you to be successful and make the money, the level of money that you want to make, you need this degree. You need these letters behind your name. And when I really sat with that, I just was like, wait a minute. This is not what I really want. I would dread this process of going to this program. One, thankfully, my job was going to pay for it. But even with that, I just didn't want to do it. I didn't feel excited about it. I knew that it would take up a lot of my time, a lot of my energy, and I just didn't want to do it. But then I had this other part of me saying, well, if you get this, if you check this box, then you'll increase your earning potential and whatnot, and all the reasons why we get degrees. But once I really sat with that and got clear, I decided not to do it. Again, don't get me confused. I don't mean that I decided not to continue learning and advance my education, because that's what a degree really does. But I decided not to spend my time, energy, and resources doing something that wasn't really fulfilling or serving me. And so when you can start to shift that and really get clear on why you do the things you do, why you want what you want in life, right? That is what really fuels you and really helps keep you going during times where you want to give up, during times where it's hard, it's challenging. It may not be the easy road. The other option may not be easy. However, when you can get clear on why you're doing it, right? Or why you want what you want, is it the fulfillment, the significance that I mentioned earlier? Is it being able to support your family, support your community? It's always bigger than you. Purpose is always just beyond us. When we're in service, we are, in alignment and serving God, serving the kingdom of God, serving the divine agenda. And I believe we really will continue to be rewarded if that's the mindset and approach that we take. So again, up leveling, mindset, goals, like all of it is really boiled down to why. Tony Robbins also talks about success and how success is 80-20. 80% is 80% of success is really just your why. 20% is the how. The how is easy. I mean, we have so much information at our fingertips. We have so many people sharing knowledge on the internet. Like you don't have to go to the library. You can literally Google and find any information on how to start a business or how to do what it is that you want to do. But your why, nobody can define that for you. Nobody can give you that. Like that doesn't just flow from a Google search. That's something that you have to sit with yourself on and get clear on. So I just wanted to make sure I cover that part. So the second one, the second way to level up your mindset and your vision in the new year is to create a vision, right? Like you can't know where you're going if you don't have vision. You can't follow a path or a direction to a destination if you don't even know where you're going. So vision is just that. Vision is you being able to clearly see what it is that you want. The first part, you have to get clear, right? We got clear on it. Now, what does it look like? What does it feel like? What is the experience going to be like for us when we reach our goals, when we reach the level of success that we want? You have to get clear, or you have to create the vision after you get clear. But then also, my favorite part is my favorite quote rather is, you have to see it before you can believe it. Because some of us think that like, oh, I'll believe it when I see it, when it comes to success, when it comes to manifestation. But it's really not that. It's really, you have to see it to believe it. Like our mind's eye, right? Like our imagination is so powerful. And this is really the key to manifestation, is being able to start to see and experience ourselves in the place we want to be before we even get there. Like that's the hack, that's the trick. And some people, when it comes to like manifestation and abundance, it sounds all like airy fairy, and some people just don't get it because we've been so conditioned to just stay how we are, right? But when it comes to really achieving and living the life that you really want to live, I mean, I'm not talking about the life we say, oh, this is just all I have, this is what it is, this is how it is. I'm talking about really living in freedom, living in peace and full abundance. It's really creating that vision, and again, imagining yourself in that experience. Like I just moved to New York City this year, right? And for years, I saw myself living here. For years, like, and granted, this is not something that just happens overnight. I know some people may be familiar with the law of attraction, and this is similar, a spiritual law when it comes to visualizing what it is that you want. And again, like for me, for years, I saw myself living here. Like I saw visions of tall buildings and me walking through. I had a dream that I had an apartment here. And the dreaming part, that's a different topic. I don't want to go too deep into that, but when you start to visualize it, it becomes consistent for you. And so anyway, it shows up in other ways as visions. But again, that's the hack. You have to create a vision. You have to tap into what's available to us, and it really just starts with your imagination. It really just starts with you imagining yourself in the place, you're imagining yourself in the experience. And so when you do that, you really start to call in what it is that you want. You start to attract the things that you want. And so again, when it comes to goal setting and just going after what we want in the new year, the level of success, the level of freedom, the level of abundance, that's what it's about. You have to get clear, number one, again, and number two, create the vision. Okay, number three, getting more scientifical. So you have to set results-oriented goals. Now, I've did a lot of research about goal setting and how to do it and how successful people achieve the things that they achieve. Did a lot of research, and I've been doing this studying for quite some time now. And so, some people really talk about, and even just from a business standpoint, if you're familiar with that a little bit, let me wave to some people. I don't know who was in here because I was just going. But thank you guys for being in. But some people talk about SMART goals, right? When it comes to goal setting, SMART goals, they have to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Now that works, right? Like that helps you to for the first point is to get clear. It helps you do that when you set those results oriented goals. However, when you set those SMART goals, however, I really push for results oriented goals, because when you can start to think about the results you want at the end of that goal, then you again, like with visualization, you pull your whole body into the experience. So for example, the classic one, my goal for 2020 is to lose weight, right? If that's your goal, losing weight is not enough. It has to be specific. I want to lose 15 pounds by May. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or a deadline is also, you don't have to have a deadline, but that's a way to get more specific. 15 pounds. And it's measurable. So May is actually a piece of that because it's measurable and timely rather. But the result is what's really going to drive you to actually lose that 15 pounds by May. Why? Because again, when you can think about, okay, how do I want to feel at the end of this, right? Like the result gets really specific. It says like, where am I now? Okay, where am I now? And where it is that I really want to be. And that end place is where you think about how you want to feel, how you want to look, the state of mind you want to have. It's really about pulling your whole body into that experience versus just saying like, I want to lose 15 pounds by May. Now that's great, but then there's also that second piece is to get results oriented, right? The end goal, looking at yourself fully and knowing and saying with that, okay, like, by May, after the 15 pounds, I want to feel energized. I want to be energetic. I want to be able to walk a flight of stairs and not be out of breath. I want to feel good in my body. I want to feel confident, right? Like, I want to feel secure in myself. I want to feel sexy, like, right? Like, those are the things, that's the result that you want at the end. I want to be able to buy me a new outfit and love how I look in that dress. I want to be able to, do whatever it is, like that's the result. But you see how I did that? It's not just about this, I want to lose 15 pounds by May. Okay, what's on the end of that? And so that's how you set results oriented goals. I'm going to be doing probably masterclass on this soon. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Okay, so yes. All right, number 4, because I don't want to be too long on here, but I want to give this enough time and energy. I got my tea here, and so we good. We rocking and we rolling. All right, so let me see. Number 4. Oh yes, you have to identify and change your negative thoughts and beliefs. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this, again, I tell y'all, I get so excited about this stuff. I get so excited about teaching this and talking about this and helping people work through these things. Okay, so self-awareness is so key. You have to identify and become aware of what it is that is going on with you, right? Like, period. You have to sit with yourself and spend enough time at least being aware of your thoughts, because our thoughts are so powerful. Our thoughts are really what drives us to make decisions. Your thoughts and your beliefs. So your thoughts are really just the little seed, and they turn into a belief system. And so when you're able to be aware of how you're thinking, right? What are you saying to yourself? Are you saying things like, I'm not good enough? Or are you saying things like, I can't, I don't have the money, I don't know how, I'm not smart enough as this person, this is too hard. All of those, when you start to think those things and say those things, they become your belief system. They become hey, thanks for tuning in. They become your belief system. And so our thoughts are just so powerful, because they really turn into our beliefs, and our beliefs turn into actions. And so when we think about the actions and the decisions that we make, right? Like, it's really rooted from a thought. Like, I don't know if you may have heard of the ancient saying, as within, so without. So as we think and feel and believe within, then it comes and it shows up in our life physically. So that's why it's so important to identify those negative limiting thoughts that you may have that may really be stopping you from achieving the level of success, and abundance that you want in the new year. Start to think about where those things came from and how can you start to shift, the way that you think. And that's a lot of the work that I do, with women through my coaching. But it's important for you to start to do the work first, to think about like, maybe that's a thought that I have that may be stopping me from doing it. Maybe that's, you may be thinking I'm not as good as this next person, so you don't even qualify. You disqualify yourself, right? You think you're disqualified, and you have taken yourself out of the ring for the promotion, and because you didn't even apply, right? Like, it's things like that. It's I have an idea for this product that I want to create. But the market is so saturated. It's already people, doing it. It's already people selling this or something similar. So I'm just not even going to create it and put it out there. Like, when you start to have that mindset of thinking, comparing yourself, thinking you're not good enough, and you already limit yourself, you already limit your abilities. So you have to identify those thoughts that are getting in the way from you to achieve what you really want in this lifetime, in 2020, in the new decade, and in this lifetime, because we only have one life to live. So just wanted to say that part. And so the last and final thing, hey guys, thank you for joining in. We're on number 5. So let me just run it back for maybe those who hopped on late or caught bits and pieces of it. So again, we're talking about 5 ways to level up your mindset and vision in 2020. The first one is to get clear on what you want. The second is to create a vision. The third is to set results-oriented goals, not just SMART goals, but results-oriented goals. The fourth is to identify and change your limiting beliefs. And number 5 is to take inspired action in the direction that you want to go. So again, after we've set the vision, we've gotten clear, we've set those results-oriented goals. It's time for us to take action. Like, you can't manifest and receive any blessings, any abundance, any financial prosperity or other prosperity that you want if you're not taking action on it. Famous quote in the Bible: faith without works is dead. Like, you can't expect things to just fall into your lap. Again, you can get into alignment, but you can also start to take inspired action. And so I like to call it inspired action because it's taking action from a place of high intention, right? Because watching this video, you might be inspired, to write down your goals, to start to get clear on what it is that you want, to create your vision board, or whatever. You may be inspired by watching this video. And so then you take an inspired action. You have a new intention when you go to take that action, because you've actually put an energy, positive energy, into what it is that you want to do. So when I talk about taking inspired action, it's really about setting the intention on what it is that you want to do and then doing it. So again, when you go to create your vision board, if you're coming from a place of, these are the things that I want in the new year, these are the things that I want to manifest, these are the things that I want to come into my reality, that's the energy that you're putting in there. So intention is really just about the energy and the state of mind that you're in before you do a thing, right? So if one of your goals is to lose weight or start a business, you're going to take an inspired action to write your business plan, to sign up for the membership, or to schedule time on your calendar to go to the gym. But you do it, when you do it, you don't just do it like subconsciously, haphazardly. You do it with emotion. You do it with energy, right? You say, yes, I'm taking a step towards my goals. Yes, I'm taking a step towards launching my business and being financially free. Yes, I'm taking a step towards dating and having a relationship that I want. Like, whatever it is that you want to accomplish in this new year, you have to take inspired action. You have to put an intention, a positive intention, I don't even know if intention can be negative. There's always polar opposites of whatever emotion, but it's really about putting that emotion into what it is that you want while you're taking the action to do it. We're creatures of habit, right? Like, we can get stuck, we can get in our own way, we can constantly do things that we know is the opposite of what we say we want, the opposite of the life that we want to create, right? Because again, just going back to the example, if you want to start a business, there's money involved in that. You're going to need resources involved in that. So why are you spending your money and your resources on something else that's not for you to build your business? Why are you spending your the resources that you have? When I say resources, I'm talking about time and energy, doing everything else but learning how to create your business, or taking steps towards your business, or whatever it is that you want to do. That's the inspired action. And so it's easy for us to get caught up in that. It's easy for us to do that. And so it's not about beating yourself up, it's not about shaming, it's just about being aware. After you've gotten clear, you've created the vision, you set your results oriented goals, you're now taking the action towards that. And so that roadmap, that framework, really helps you to identify all the things you need to do, or not just all the things you need to do, but it really helps you identify where you are, the things you need to do, and who you want to be, essentially. Because it's not just about doing in 2020. The quickest way to level up your mindset is really, again, to be aware of your state of being and change your being. Change, how you're showing up, and your thoughts and your belief systems and all of those things that'll really help you to then take the action with the intention and, and really start to attract and call in and manifest the things that you want. So again, I hope this information was helpful for you guys. I'm just going to run through it again. If you maybe hopping on later, the first way to level up in 2020 is to get clear on what you want. The second one is to create a vision. The third one is to set result-oriented goals. Okay. The fourth is to identify and change your habits and beliefs. Or your thoughts and your beliefs, habits too, habits go in there too. And then the fifth is to take inspired action. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hello to everybody that's still hanging on. I see a few folks in here waving to a few people. Thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, I will be launching a companion book that'll really help you. If you took notes while we were doing this live, great for you. I'm pretty sure this information is already sinking in. You're already taking that inspired action. So shout outs to you for doing that. And then I will be releasing a free downloadable companion where you can write some of these things down in more detail. And yeah, sign up for my email list if you want to get the free things that I have coming out. Definitely make sure you sign up on my email list to stay tuned for that. What else? Oh my gosh, I am doing or releasing a program in the new year starting in May, where I will be able to work with you through these 5 things, right? Because sometimes it's easy to say, it's easy to know what to do, but sometimes you may need somebody to hold your hand and hold you accountable, right? And hold space for you while you are, working through these new things in the new year. So if you're interested, if you want to learn more, I welcome you to go ahead and book a free 15 to 30 minute clarity call with me, where we can just talk, we can have conversation, and just see if we're a good fit to work together in the new year. So I'm super excited about that. So thanks you for watching it again. And if you're watching a replay or whatever, I'll probably put this on my YouTube channel if you also just want to kind of refer back to it. But again, I hope this information was helpful. Thank you so much for tuning in. Love and light. Peace, queens.